All right, welcome back to another episode. In today's episode, I am going to open a can of whoop-ass on everybody and give you the kick up the bum you need on the truth of what it takes to market your business and actually make sales in 2025 and beyond. I'm going to share with you the 3 biggest things that I would say to anybody who wanted to change the game in marketing, who wanted to really switch on marketing and have it feel not that they're posting, but that it's working, that it's generating leads, it's leading to sales, and it's building their brand and putting a pipeline of money on the table. Do you know what I love? I love having money on the table. You get money on the table when you're having an impact on people, not when you're ticking a box. So the first biggest thing I want to share with you is to stop ticking a box and calling it marketing. It's not marketing. Marketing is only marketing when you have an impact. And if you can't learn how to have an impact on people, you've got to get out of business, because business equals impact. There's no hiding. In fact, I would say that the revenue in your business and the money in your bank directly correlates with the impact you're able to have on the world. It's as simple as that. So when you look at what you're making, say, okay, this is how much I'm able to impact people. This is the impact I'm currently able to have on the world. How do I increase my impact? We do it by looking at these 3 things. The first one is, who is the customer? Who is the person I'm trying to serve? Now just wait, because when I say this, who is the customer? People go customer avatar, and it's this woman in her 30s who practices yoga, and you think you've heard it before. But listen, you've got to ask, who is that high caliber client? What questions are they asking? What are they seeking? Because I'll tell you now, if you go out with free content, low price this, and you do things that are easy, think about it. It's easy for you to do because it's an easier market, the people who don't have any money, but it's not good business. It's not good business. People have got money. There is money out there. There is so much money out there. People are spending thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and millions on solutions every single day. If they're not buying it from you, they're still buying it. They're just buying it from the person who was clearer, who made the offer, who is showing up in their space. So the first thing is, stop responding to the market. That's amateur hour. Don't do that. Lead the market. Who is your customer? What questions are they asking? What do they need? That's the first one. The second one is, where are they hanging out? I think a lot of people are hanging out in really poor quality networks, poor quality communities. And I know this because people feel alien in those communities. Alien in the sense that they are working harder, or they've got greater ambition, or they feel like something could be better. If you're in a community and the conversation is about the market's hard, marketing's difficult, I want more balance, I want more this, get out of that community, because that is not a business growth, marketing orientated, sales driven community. If you're serious about marketing your business and making more sales, changing your life, building a team, changing the life of your family, then you've got to get serious about marketing and sales. So when I say, where are these clients hanging out, really think about it. Are the clients you're trying to get, are they actually at that networking event you're going to? Are they actually on the other end of those Instagram posts you're making? Are they listening to that podcast that you shared but didn't market? People who are serious about investing, people who are serious about bringing in coaches, trainers, paying for solutions, they're not sat doom scrolling. They're not networking in poor quality places. They're out in the world. They're pushing themselves. They're searching. And I think things like pay-per-click is a great place to look. I think things like YouTube, where that person, say you went on a podcast with somebody who's really well respected, that is where your customers are looking. They're listening to thought leaders. Third thing on this point is, you've got to solve for real problems. So I love the idea of making a living doing what you love. I really help people who are purpose driven. You've got to think about, how can I get on a call with somebody? How can I get 6 people in a workshop? How can I get to the front of a room and experience the discomfort of being boring? Experience the pain of not having something original to say? Experience the regret of going home and thinking, I'm not sure that landed, and then in response, get better. Spend more time. What problems have people really got? What would it really take to solve that problem? So if you're reflecting on this and making notes, ask, who is the customer? Where are they looking? And what problems are they searching on ChatGPT, on Google? What problems do they want to bring to a coach? What issue in their business would they love to outsource? What is the biggest thing that is holding them back in the context of what you do? Ask that question, let it be your essay title, and think about how you would solve for that. Make that your offer, make that your content. Make that the next workshop that you run and watch what happens. Second biggest thing I would say to you, if you want to get better at marketing so you can stay in this game of business, is stop trying to sell on hooks and promises and start actually selling on evidence and methodology. So you remember the days when everyone was obsessed with the hooks and they were downloading example hooks off people and you were putting into ChatGPT, give me a better hook for this, and thumbnail titles. I get it, I see the value in it, we're using it. The difference, I hope, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that when you click on my video, it's not stuff you've heard before, it's not obvious. I'm trying to push you to do more, to be better, and I hear how harsh that is, but this is the world. I can't make it easy for you because easy doesn't breed successful entrepreneurs. So when you think about that, if you think about the stuff that you've just put in your checklist, the video you just made, the carousel you just posted on Instagram, think about it and really challenge yourself. Is that genuinely the advice you're following? Is that genuinely the answer? Or is that a nice, palatable, marketable, likable answer? The biggest thing I'm going to say to you about this is get better at calibrating your answer. Let me explain what I mean. You know when you download a PDF or you watch a video or you get a checklist, 9 times out of 10 it's naff and you didn't even want it in the first place. The hook or the promise got you in. The only way to move somebody from being a prospect, a stranger, somebody who came in on a hook, to someone who's a customer, a repeat buyer, an advocate, is to move them. It's to share something that changes their perspective, that gives them the answer, that shows them that you're a unique thinker, that you've got data, that there's a map that they can follow, and they've got to come away from that PDF or that video or that podcast and go, I wish she'd written that up, I would read that. I wish she had a masterclass coming up, I would join that. I wish there was more I could do. What is the next step I can take with this person? Now, one of the biggest fears people have about this is, Lisa, if I give it all away, then maybe the customer won't come to me because they've got what they need. Then you misunderstand marketing entirely, okay? If somebody can listen to one of your videos and they can do it, then they're already at your level or just behind. They just needed the reminder and off they go. The people who are going to buy from you aren't on the same level as you, and they're not just behind you, they're quite a chunk behind you. A lot of what we're giving away in our marketing is information, and there's nothing special about that. So here's the trick, here's the real opportunity. Can you first of all calibrate what you know, go to the effort and the trouble of delivering it as a masterclass. That didn't quite work. Let me think about this. I missed a slide on this. Then deliver it in a group that you're running and reflect on how that feels. Go work through the methodology with 3 or 4 clients. Iterate, iterate, iterate. People don't want to do it because it takes time and it takes effort. There's your opportunity. There's your opportunity to get better and be better at business. Nobody wants to play in this space where it takes time and effort to come up with an outcome, a methodology, a process, and to really calibrate that information. So there's the first thing, get good at calibrating the information. And the second thing is get better at letting people test drive it. I was doing a talk recently and there was about 50 people in the room, maybe 60. And I said to them, who in this room has recently bought a new car? And of all the people's hands who went up, I said, of you who've said you've bought a new car in the last 3-4 years, how many of you test drove the car? Nearly everyone in the room put their hand up, apart from like 3 people who hadn't test driven the car. Those people, when I said to them, why didn't you test drive the car? Oh, my husband did it. Oh, my friend has this car. They already knew that the car was right for them. They already trusted the car. Everyone else, they didn't go and buy a car. They went and did a test drive of that car. When you think about your sales process and your marketing process, how much stuff can they get access to where they can genuinely, truly test what it feels like to work with you, or they can test your product at the smallest risk to them? This is where masterclasses, workshops, discovery calls, videos on YouTube, podcasts, your book, all of this rich original content, it can't just be information, it's got to be an experience. Okay, third one, and I'm seeing this loads of people I'm working with at the minute, stop thinking about posts and start thinking about campaigns. So the 2 types of campaign we want to think about, the first one is the message campaign and the second one is the sales process campaign. So let's get into both of these. When I say message campaign, I want you to think about if somebody said, what does that person stand for? What do you want them to say? What is your big message? What is the story? What do you want to stand for? I went through a big period of having this idea, uncover your purpose, change your life, make a living doing what you love. And it was such a strong campaign that when I started the sentence, people would finish it. If you follow me for a while, you might have seen campaigns around the first ship version, put out the first ship version and go from there. Became a course, became a book, became a series of talks and content. And then people started emailing me, Lisa, here's the first ship version of my chapter outline. Here's the first ship version of my video. It was a message that was strongly associated with my brand. Currently, one of the big messages I'm sharing is there is a straight line through to the result that you want. What do the projects look like? How do you get back on the line and stay on the line? And again, if you followed me, it's not alien. You've heard that before. It's in my content. It's in my videos. It's on my website. I've got a course that goes by that name. It's a campaign. It's a message. It's a story. So one of the simplest ways to do this is to get a content diary. I already hate that I've said that, but it's true. Get a content diary, pull up, stop thinking about what am I going to post tomorrow. Stop thinking about ticking the box of the algorithm, whatever. Think instead about building a message, a campaign, a story. And you can either do this in years, quarters, or months, depending on how transactional your business is. So if you've got quite a transactional business, you could think about every single month, what's the theme, what's the message, what's the product. If your business is something that is more cyclical and it might work better in quarters, like if you do big launches every quarter, you might instead think about what are the 4 big products that you're going to sell throughout the year and make sure the messages build up to that and then dilute, build up to that and then dilute. If you're more about becoming a thought leader, a media personality, if you want to step away from the transactional and the day-to-day and the gritty sales and actually be known for something and attract work in at a higher caliber, then you've got to think in terms of years and half decades. What is the message that you want to be known for? And then you want to think about, it is the title of your book, it is that TED Talk or that TEDx that you're going to deliver, it is the theme of your course that you're running or the YouTube series that you're running. It's what you become known for. So on the message side, analyze yourself. How easy is it for someone to determine those simple things when they look at your content and your social? Pull back, get yourself out to a coffee shop, get yourself working with someone who's good at this and plan your messages and plan the content to fit those rhythms, okay? It's all about evidencing and sharing content that builds towards that campaign, that message. The second campaign you've got to think about is the sales process. Now, when I speak to people and they say, oh, I need to make a sale, I need to make more money, they instantly go to, I've gone on social media and I've done this quick offer and I've said 3 places available for this. And I think, stop it, pull back. Who's the customer you're trying to pull in? What is the offer that they would actually buy? What do they need? We think about the offer first, then the sales page. You can never and should never rely on your sales page to sell. By the time they get to your sales page, they should already know that they're going to buy it. And if they don't, you failed at marketing. You literally failed at marketing. Marketing is everything that happens in and around and not on the sales page. For me, the sales page is transactional. Click the button, choose your payment plan, final questions, check what's in it, go, right? The marketing bit is who's the customer? What is the offer? How do I reach into those audiences? How do I make myself findable to them? How do I position the value? How do I get them to experience it long before they get to that sales page? So we think at the end, we always start with the end. We think, what is the offer that I'm going to make? What do people want? What would they pay me for? How do I translate that into a sales page? Clarity, clarity, clarity. Who's it for? What's in it? What do you get? How does it work? Then we come back to the sales vehicle, which is going to be a one-to-one discovery call. It's going to be a webinar, a masterclass, a test drive of a car, the thing where they really get to try it and interrogate it so they know. Then they go to the sales page because the offer was correct. And if we come back before then, this bit here is the most important part. First of all, we've got the brand piece. What are the stories you need to tell? What evidence do you need to give? What content do you need to share that shows, doesn't tell, it shows you've got the skill and expertise. I've got an amazing video on this called Show, Don't Tell. I'm going to link it below. It will really help you to do this well. And then the first thing that we come right back to the start of the process is reach. How do I use this content, this richness to break into new markets? And I'm serious about that. You must break into new markets. This is why you can't just post on social, do a story and make a carousel. You are missing the whole point and the whole richness of marketing. And that's what it comes down to. You either get better at marketing or you get out of business. They're the options. Which one are you going for? If you've loved this content and you want more from me, don't forget to hit subscribe. I share content like this every single week, the truth of what it takes to build a business and make money doing what you love. But if you want something now, click the link below this video and get into this 90-minute masterclass on the truth of what it takes to market your business. And I'll show you step by step how you show, don't tell, and how you start integrating pay-per-click, ads, and the brand building piece to put yourself in a different league where there are no competitors.